What's good, everyone? Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also be sure to stay tuned for the other stuff I have planned for the future because I'm going to be posting some really good stuff. Now, this woman that called in the Kevin Samuels show, she was one of the most notable figures. She had a very interesting thought process, and I thought that I would share this with all of you. So let's begin.
Okay, my bad.
Okay.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, you need to keep your phone set down,
Okay,
okay?
you can hear me now. One, I want to start by saying I'm a huge fan. Some things I feel like you're off on, but some things I really do agree with you about. And I talked to my friend about you a lot, just about
What
comparing
am
you to
I?
the man.
You're 26?
Yeah.
What do you? Okay, you picked your phone up again. Please put your
I'm
phone
sorry.
down.
Okay, how about
God
now?
damn.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening. Women don't listen. Okay.
What do you want to be married one day?
Of course.
No, it's not really, of course. Why?
I want to get married because it's not more so of the marriage, like the certificate, it's more so of the union. Like, I want another man to want to spend the rest of his life with me, just like I want to spend the rest of his life with him. So it's more so like the union. Because marriage, I feel like, you legally, like with all the certificates and, going back and forth with like sharing assets and things, but it's like the union of it and just love itself and just being with somebody for the rest of your life and confessing your vows unto God and raising a family. Like that's like the vibe.
What part of the country do you live in?
You know, one of the things I don't understand, particularly with black women, I notice that they're always chasing vibes. I wonder what that's all about. But let's continue.
DMV, Maryland.
See, one thing that shocks me about so many of our women is we are so rebellious as a culture.
Right.
We rebel against conformity. And it's like we like vibes more than structure.
What do you mean? Like, so going to structure, what do you mean structure?
Everything that you said it's not about. The legalities, all the
But do you think the government kind of put that in play to kind of like, it's just like,
okay,
is marriage about the
you
love?
asked me a question and you start
He said,
answering.
let you talk. You got it.
Well, I mean, were your mother and father married?
Yes, they're married
How
still.
long they been married?
I mean, before I've been born, so I want to say like 29 years. Like they got
Were your friends, are their parents married?
some of them are. It's like a
No,
how
no,
that
it's not. What percentage of your friends, mother and father, are married and are still married?
I honestly want to say half and half. Like honestly, like I want to say I have my friends who grew up mom and dad both in the
Are
home.
they black?
Yeah, I mean most of my friends. Yeah, most of my friends are black or like mixed race.
What's the marital rate in the black community?
The marriage rate in the black community now, and I remember watching one of your segments saying
Thirty
how back
percent.
in the day.
30%. 30%. So I don't understand at 26 years old, honestly, why you're coming into this with this whole what the government did and why they did. Why is that even in your mindset at such a young age?
It's more so like, okay, with marriage, it's just like say we were to get married, right, and say we were to get divorced. It's just all the other the stuff that come with that. Like you
So I
got to
want you
split.
guys to understand any decision made in fear, scarcity, and lack. Understand what she went. She went
Yeah,
all the way to if I'm the one in four black women to get married, and then if I'm one of the 80% of women who file divorce. Why?
Which is a major point, too, because 1 in 4 black women will be married. And the vast majority of those women are more younger as opposed to women who are in their late 20s, their 30s, and beyond. I mean, after a woman hit 32, 35, the likelihood of her being married at that point is pretty much slim to none, because she's competing against other younger women. And just like I said in my other videos, uh, in the U.S., there's way more women than men, so competition is fierce. But black women, they don't really know or tend to understand that they're competing with other women who are in the market, not just other black women, but women of other races and ethnicities. So, yeah.
You going all the way to the end in the horror? Why? At 26 years old, why are you jumping all the way to divorce? Please explain.
And honestly, that's really a good question. I mean, of course, it's not something that I want. I don't want to get divorced, but it's also just.
That's what you talk about. I mean, man, when you came in talking, so if your mother and father been married almost 30 years and half your friends come from nuclear families, why do you come in talking like a woman who's seen the worst parts of stuff and worried about the government and structure and divorce?
You sound like the government. You sound just like.
Something is wrong with the volume. It keeps popping and everything. And it's not on my end, it's on their videos, but
like my dad.
But where'd you get this
right,
shit?
like
Where'd you get this message? Where'd you get this garbage from?
I think I was watching Vlad on a Vlad interview, and I seen Nick Cannon. I've discussed this before, but Nick Cannon was basically saying about, I forgot, don't quote me, but basically how the government.
Nick Cannon surely came a long way since Drumline, didn't he?
Like just keeps track with your, like just keeps up with your money. Like love is about the union.
That's bullshit.
Like the marriage.
Hey man, Nick Cannon, shut the fuck up. This dude got like 18 women pregnant right now.
But if you think about it,
no, I need you to be quiet.
Okay.
Because you're listening to a guy who's a multimillionaire who wears a turban. And I'm saying this because you cannot talk about what a celebrity and a creative does. That's one of the major flaws in our community. We're the only people who let the celebrities, athletes, and entertainers speak for us, where other groups of people let the business people and the academics and the politicians speak. Why are you going to let people speak to you who perform for a living and who don't live a normal life? And then you're going to listen to what Nick Cannon, how many women are pregnant with Nick Cannon's child right now?
A whole lot.
So you're going to listen to this man instead of your father, who gave you a stable upbringing. And you're going to listen to Vlad TV.
But listen, Kevin, I don't want to get you.
What I'm trying to understand is, you say you want to be married one day.
Correct.
But your mind, the field of your mind, is where a man has to plant his seed, and your field is contaminated.
You think so? Okay, because listen, it's like one of the things where it's like, understood, and we did kind of start off on the wrong.
She's very mouthy. Just yap.
But where like my mind did kind of went. My friend just texted me, he was like, I love this man.
Turn off the comments, please, ma'am. You can't do that.
No, my friend texted me.
Okay, but what I need you to do, okay? I need you to focus. Okay. I'm running the show, and you're all over the place, and I'm trying to have a conversation that's going to help people. You're looking at comments and everything else. Let's just have the conversation.
Okay, I respect that. Okay.
Go ahead. So at 26, life should be full of optimism and possibility, not this garbage you're talking about. Where did this come from?
But to be honest, so Kevin, you brought up marriage because let's be clear. I'm 26 and the objective is to continue to build my business. I'm a
virgin.
No,
You can here we go with this.
Downplay it.
All this shit. Oh
Kevin,
my God.
You can downplay it.
No.
When do you start?
Do not overtalk me. I don't care about a 26-year-old's business. Here's the problem. So many of our women feel like they got to go get all the pieces of your life together, and then you think you can come fit marriage in. Why do non-black women everybody can seem to go do all the stuff y'all talking about doing and still be married and have families? Y'all feel like marriage and family is something to do after you got your business together.
When is really the right time for marriage and family? It's like
22 years old.
22. Push out, like, have a kid at 22 when I'm a baby myself. Don't you think 22
not a goddamn baby?
But
you're a
would
grown
you talk
adult.
to a 22-year-old though? You would think she's a baby.
Don't try this shit with me. Now see, we're about to go off the rails.
Ooh.
You don't answer a question with a question.
She's 22 years old. What is she talking about being a baby? What the hell is she talking about? But that's that weird, don't want to take responsibility, 22 years old. I'm just a baby. I should be able to do whatever I want. I should not be held accountable for anything.
Are you here to argue or are you here to get enlightened? Because you seem like because here's what I'm here. Did you go to college?
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean,
Okay,
I did some college.
what's your business?
Well, I sell virgin hair extensions, Jinxie Central.
Thank you.
Think about
Thank
my.
you. Thank you. So when we talk to so many of our women,
Jeez.
what are their businesses? Some form of hair, lashes, uh, some sort of multi level marketing or real estate. It's not a business.
But what's wrong with that, Kevin? I'm asking because I want to be enlightened.
What's
So
wrong
what is
with
wrong
it?
with it?
What's wrong with it?
Yes.
What's wrong with it is what is life about?
Being happy and creating memories.
Life is about people.
Okay. So go into that.
When the coronavirus hit in 2020, where were you living?
With my mommy and daddy.
And your mommy and daddy, right? As a 26-year-old woman with your mommy and daddy, the family and the unit they built. What's wrong with what you're talking about is so many women who share your reflection.
Wow, she needs to grow up. She needs to grow up. Her parents need to kick her ass out. Tell her she needs to get a job and do something with her life. It's obvious she's not doing anything with her life. She's just leeching off of her parents and doing dumb shit. This is actually upsetting and trifling.
Well, in their, please hold the phone still.
It's almost like she wasn't taught any formal responsibility or anything. She's just a spoiled little brat. But she's a full grown adult. She's a woman, and no one is holding her accountable, especially her parents. Her parents are not holding her accountable. She's free and clear to do whatever she wants, and that's sad. That's sad for the parents because, you know, they, in essence, created a monster.
So many women who share your reflection were stuck in their houses, their apartments by themselves with nothing except these so-called jobs and so-called businesses.
Sure.
Man, what about building a lash business keeps you from being in a healthy, committed relationship, building a family?
But also, Kevin, you have to remember.
What about building a lash business keeps you from being in a healthy, functioning, committed relationship built?
And it's not even a true, genuine lash business. Very likely what she's doing is wanting to buy lashes from a third party and sell them. So she's just wanting to act as the middleman. So it's, you know.
A family. What keeps you from doing it?
That's the thing, Kevin. Absolutely nothing, but it takes two to tango. So if I'm ready and I'm ready to commit, take the time.
You're not ready to commit.
What made you say that?
Ma'am, I'm talking to a teenager right now. No offense, but what I'm talking to you because
she's super immature. Holy crap. This is hard to watch.
26
I don't
years
know.
old.
I don't know what man would deal with her.
You're bouncing all over the place. But when I asked you when times got tough, you said mommy and daddy. That's not what a 26-year-old adult says. And
look at that. She's scanning her brain cells. She just can't comprehend or compute any of what he just said.
Well, I mean, I'm just living. I am living with my parents.
I know. I know.
But listen, can I?
No, I don't know. No. You need to live.
She's not taking anything seriously. She thinks that it's a joke. Again, this is a woman that she hasn't been held accountable. She never had to be held accountable for anything. Her parents let her do whatever she wants. She's able to live free and clear with her parents. She's able to do dumb things while she's living with her parents. And they're probably the same parents who will always bail her out of situations. This is sad. This is unfortunate. And women like this, they just go through life playing around and they have a hard road ahead of them as they gain in age.
Listen, because this is why so many black men, what do y'all want black men to marry? Women who are fear-minded, scarcity-minded, lack-minded, who all want to be business owners and bosses of lash businesses. Ma'am, no disrespect intended, but that is a joke of a business. It's nothing. It's a lifestyle business.
But
It's a
Kevin, like,
light, ma'am, a business. Look, due respect, I'm a business owner, and I don't even call myself what a lot of you guys call yourself because I don't have employees yet. To have a business, you need to have employees. You're living at, you're 26, no college degree, living at home with your parents.
correct.
Talking
But
like a boss.
Kevin, listen though, you're not listening to me. I let you speak. Let's have a conversation.
Kind of sounds like Macaulay Culkin or Home Alone mom. Kevin from Home Alone.
Listen,
Jeez.
everybody's different, and I could easily move out, like, but I want to move out and make it make sense though. Like everybody, like I could easily move out and be somewhere in an okay neighborhood apartment, but I want to move out. I'm building my credit. I'm saving my money to where when I move out, I'm gonna have my own property. Like it's deeper than that. Like who, like
What?
yeah, I'm 26.
Those are a lot of great fantasies and dreams. A lot of possibilities. I guess possibilities are infinite, right?
But I'm not in a rush to just move out here and just make mistakes and just waste money and rent in a rent apartment.
And she's making mistakes. She's making a whole bunch of mistakes. She's not out here doing anything really relevant. She's, and then she's talking about she's wanting to build her credit. I mean, how does she destroy her credit at 26? Come on now.
And why I cut you off is because I talk to women like you every day who all are making the same mistakes.
What should I do then, Kevin? What should I do?
Grow up.
And then what? Tell me. And then what? Because Kevin, you get frustrated.
Calm down.
You get frustrated.
Calm down.
Okay, I'm calm. But you do get frustrated.
Calm down. What did I say at the beginning of this thing, ladies? You talk too much. Don't talk to me like I'm a woman. You cannot keep this rapid firing at me. I'm not you don't pester me like you're my little sister. I'm like your dad. I'm not that.
You got it.
Listen to
you got it.
what she says.
And this is a woman that expecting a man to come in her life and accept all of this. What man could get anywhere with a woman like this? It's crazy. She's one of the women, she's going to not be married. She's just going to go through the rest of her life increasingly bitter, angry, and it's going to be men's fault, particularly black men, but it's not going to be her fault because throughout all of this time, no one has really held her accountable. You have folks like Kevin, he's talking to her, he's giving her the lowdown, but she's not accepting it. And that's the thing, when women, as they gain in age, and especially when they've been taught all their life that they should just have whatever they want and they deserve everything and they shouldn't be held accountable for anything and the world is their oyster and all of this other nonsense, they get to a point where utter confusion happens. So I don't understand why she thinks that this behavior is okay, but let's continue.
I'm trying to build up my credit. Did your credit have any dings on it?
Well, in the past, but now it's just more so.
No. How have you messed up your credit by age 26?
Mind you, when I was younger, it was some things to where I didn't pay. Honestly speaking, I was in college. And I kind of just was like, not going back no more. Cool. So didn't go back, but also being young and dumb just didn't.
Yep, and there's that young and dumb. They always revert to that. Oh, I was just young and dumb. So that's supposed to alleviate all of the accountability. It's like, oh, okay. And these are little tools and tricks that women could revert to because when they say young and dumb, that absolves them from all accountability and responsibility. These are things that we can't do, but women, they can flaunt it freely and easily, and they're able to, for the most part, get away with it. And there's no one to hold them accountable. There's no one to really tell them the truth. But
The tuition that I owed, and then back then I was just really naive. I didn't think credit was important. I didn't know the importance of it until I had to make purchases to where, like, if you don't have the money,
That's why you need a man.
to like,
Because women, like it or not, would set to your own devices, more women end up self-destructing. Because y'all take life in general in your feelings in short term. Man, you're 26 with a high school diploma. Okay? That's just the net of it. And you've already managed to mess up your credit.
it's
Be quiet.
oh. I'm sorry.
Stop me when I'm wrong. You're 26 with a high school diploma, right?
Correct.
By the age of 26, you've already managed to mess up your credit.
I mean, seriously, at 26, there's all types of specialty trade schools. You don't even have to get a college degree, but there's various adult schools. There's various specialty certifications and permits you can get. I mean, it's like you haven't done anything. Come on now.
Correct?
Messed up, yes.
Yes,
Correct.
you messed it up.
Correct.
And
yes.
and it shouldn't be messed up.
It's not no
Oh
more.
my God. This is the modern, because this is why so many, ladies, I want you to understand, I'm doing this to show you guys why you need men. You're all over the place. You have no direction, no focus. You just live life in a vibe. That's a child. Children live like that. Children. No direction. You tell me you have a business, I knew you were going to tell me something along this beauty line, because it's not a business, ma'am. It's not a business. It is a.
Kevin, can I say one thing?
No, you cannot.
But what about
it is not a. Okay, so I'm going to talk to the. It's not a business. And see, the problem is people have allowed this woman to talk too much, and no one sat her down and told her, "Shut up," because. No, your mother and father should have put you in some direction in you and told you need to get stable, young lady. You need a profession. If you're going to be this way, you need a profession. Something that's going to be consistent, that's going to be able to be built on, because the way you're going right now, you won't have a husband or a man. So you're going to have to be able to take care of yourself. I'm just telling you, bring your father.
Why is she acting shocked? I mean, come on now.
In the house, bring your father in the room. I'll tell him too, because ma'am, at 26 years old, I'm talking to you, and what are you doing with your life in this lash business?
Kevin, go like I be working, baby. Like you have to build things. You don't just have a multi-million-dollar business like open. You
there are
wake up.
No. First off, don't you compare yourself to me, because we're a different thing.
And that's the thing too. So she has no formal background, no real experience to run a business. She's just going with the flow, and she's probably using up all her mom's and dad's funding in the process, because she has to get funding from somewhere. We know she's not working a normal job, so she's getting money from her parents, and she's probably likely constantly having to go back to her parents to fund little things for her business. And she's probably just hemorrhaging their funds, and they're just letting her do it. They're just letting her do it. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, I'm sure her parents want to see their daughter succeed and they're wanting to support her, but it's like she's not doing anything that's really valuable and that's really going to do anything serious with her future. She's just bullshitting.
First of all, don't compare yourself to somebody.
It's not a comparison.
You don't have a this is what I mean. This is a child. I want you be quiet. I'm talking to an audience. You don't have a multi-million-dollar lash business.
Kevin,
that's the foolishness. Audience, this is what I need you to. These women actually believe they are entrepreneurs. They honestly believe they're business owners. Because I'm going past you because you're not taking care of.
Listen, honey, you're not listening to me. Listen, honey. No, but so for her, again, she's chasing possibilities, but not probabilities. she's thinking that she's going to make this big multi-million-dollar lash business, the probabilities of that is slim to none. I mean, you're talking a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a percent. And in a general sense, a woman that has no background, no experience, the likelihood of that is it's virtually non-existent. And if she was 35, 40, she worked for a prominent line, she was maybe in upper management, particularly an executive level. She was CFO, CEO of a company. She worked hard to get to that point. Then maybe because she would have a better idea on how to do a lot of things. But at this point and at this stage, this woman has no clue what to do, and it's sad.
Yourself, man. I don't have to listen to you right now because you're not even paying your own bills. You don't pay the mortgage, you don't pay the utilities. You probably still living in the same room you were in high school.
Absolutely not.
You still live in your parents' house?
Do you live
in your parents' house?
I'm gonna be moving out.
You live in your parents' house soon. How long you been there?
I mean, seriously, what's wrong with her getting a little studio? What's wrong with her getting a roommate? I mean, yeah, I get it. It's expensive out here, but people that even run their own little small businesses, they're freelancers or whatever the hell, they, at the very least, they share a unit with someone, like studio or a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. She could easily go out and do that, especially where she's at. It's not that expensive where she's at, but she's BSing and she's finessing her own parents, and it's unfortunate, and she knows that she could get away with it. And it's kind of like that whole lightweight affluenza thing where it's like she grew up in all of this, and it's almost like she knows no better. She has no clue. And I know that's not really much of an excuse, but this signals all of the classic traits of affluenza, where they just grow up with so many privileges and wealth, in a sense, where they just have no idea how to function, which is probably why her parents are keeping her at home and letting her do whatever she wants. But
Kevin, obviously,
how long you been there?
My whole life.
Right. Have you ever moved out of your parents' house?
No.
Thank you. So I'm talking through you. You're talking like you have answers, and you're 26. And I'll be honest, man. If you were a man, they call you a loser. Hey,
Kevin.
I'm sorry. I'm going to just go there. If you are a man living at home with your parents, no career, no prospects, these so-called business.
They were calling me a loser at 18. 18. I just got out of school. You ain't got no job yet? Man, you a loser. No, I was even working a part-time job and I was being called the loser because I wasn't working enough. And that prompted me to work more. And I ended up working so much through my late teens.
Over 25, we would call you a loser. And we need to start calling women losers.
Kevin, you don't listen. That's your problem. You don't listen. You discredit.
What do I need to listen to somebody who's living at home with their mom who can't pay their own bills?
Question. What were you doing at 26? I'm so curious. What were you doing? Please answer.
I was living in Dallas, number one sales rep for a telecommunications company. That's what I was doing. Number one. That's what I was doing.
So you were like working.
I had 2 jobs. I had a corporate job and then I had a part-time job. Why? And what does what I'm doing have to do with you?
No. Well, and that's the thing, and that's what she's trying to revert to, because what happens is in a situation like this, she tries to underscore and kind of invalidate and discredit what Kevin says, even though he has decades of experience to pull from. His experience and his specialty is rooted from years of experience with talking with women and men and acting as a dating coach and an image consultant. And, this guy comes from a prominent background, and he has a vibrant education. And so with her, she's in a position where she's just so desperate where she has to look for any and every means of discrediting and invalidating Kevin. And I'm going to bring this up in one of my next videos, but with women like this, a goddamn rogue scholar that won the goddamn Nobel Peace Prize that has a specialty in dating and all of this other stuff couldn't tell her anything because she would even find a way to discredit and invalidate him. So women like this, it's pretty hopeless. I mean, you're talking many years of really hard therapy, psychiatrists, therapists, dating consultant, image consultant. She needs it all because her brain needs to be rewired. And it's unfortunate to say that, but that's, women like this, you can't really do much with that because, even a man coming in her life, all she's just going to do is hemorrhage his funds, give him a hard time, be loud mouth and talk to him and quack, quack, quack. And it's like, she won't give no man any peace. And she would try to guilt and shame a man into funding her lash business and whatever weird thing she has in her head that she thinks she's going to be successful in, when she knows that she has no formal education, she has no experience, she doesn't even have very basic work experience. But let's continue.
No. That's my question. You want to do that?
Okay,
What is asking me what I'm doing? Because see, as a man, I have to take care of myself.
Correct.
I couldn't just live at home with my mama because somebody would have called me a loser.
Correct. But I'm not, just because I live with my mama, what makes me, because I live with my mama, a loser? Like, who set these standards?
What's it gonna make me my mama come up? Jeez.
The world. If you were a man, if you were a man with the acceptable reasons, be quiet. So
why are we talking about it?
Because that's the problem. Stop. See, this is the problem. You would think that somebody who does not have a clue would not be fighting this much, but they really believe that they got the keys to life.
And I must add to that, I do believe that there's a little pinch, like a little droplet, that she knows that her direction isn't correct, which is why she seeked out Kevin, or she just hit him up to be argumentative. But
who set these rules up? What are acceptable reasons for adults to live at home? Adults should be living at home. Illness, calamity, possibly if you're in college. It is acceptable to live at home, but you have never left the nest. You're not in college. So at best, you're working. You're not even working a job. You're working a business. And you've managed to mess up your credit. Happens. But the fact of the matter is, did you learn the lesson? And I'm not hearing a woman who's learned the lesson.
Kevin,
and this all started.
I'm
Stop.
still growing. Like, you're not letting
No,
me.
you're immature.
Still growing. You're 26 and you don't have a job. I mean, at the very least, you can get a part-time job. You can be a barista. You can work at a local supermarket. You can do bartending. You could be a security guard. I mean, even the most basic things you can easily do. And it's like you're choosing to just F off and do whatever you want to do. And your parents are letting you do it, and it's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate.
I'm maturing. Like,
No,
I'm still
you're
growing
not.
as a woman.
No, you're not. If you were maturing, you would not be talking the way you are right now.
No, Kevin.
And this is going to because I'm trying to help you from making yourself look crazy. You don't realize because do you have any siblings?
Yes. My brother now.
Are you the baby? Are you the baby of the family?
No, I have a younger brother.
Well, 26. Okay. So like I was saying, at 26 years old, it would be, as a man, you could not go out into the world and say, hey, I live with my parents. And people not saying, well, why are you living at home? Are you in college? Are you sick or something? No, I'm just, Did you move? Why? Well, I'm just trying to get my credit straight, and I don't want to. I want to leave my mom's house, my parents' house, and I want to get my own home. It's not
You're
acceptable
absolutely,
for
honestly,
men.
you're absolutely right. Like moving out is definitely something I should have been moved out. Like you're absolutely right. But now, instead of rushing, I just want to move out when it makes sense. Like
When is it going to
when
make sense?
I want to buy a house.
Oh, so she just
I want
wants
to buy a
to
house.
she just wants to go right into buying a house. I mean, this is insane. She wants to go right into buying a house. That's just even without ever living by herself or anything. Just no, I'm just going to buy a house, Just great imagination.
What's wrong with that, Kevin? Do you want what's wrong with that? Like it seems like every
Nothing, baby. Nothing. You a queen. Don't worry about it. You a queen. You don't let these niggas tell you what to do. You a queen. You a queen goddess. You don't let them, girl, your nail and hair care and your lash business, girl, they don't know. Your shit gonna be worth millions. You just you concentrate on you. You do you. Cause you are the light, girl. And man, they need to cower and kiss and worship the ground you walk on, cause you a queen, girl. You a queen. Don't worry about it. You a queen.
thing's wrong. Like you want me to go out here and pay all this money on rent when I could just go out here and own and pay less?
I don't want you to do it. I want you to.
It's called being responsible. It's called holding yourself accountable. It's called being an adult. You're 26 years old. Come on now.
But I want you to do all that because you're going to be alone. Because if you say you follow my
100%. I agree with Kevin. 100%. Now, keep in mind, men will have a good time with her. They'll smash. But ain't no man trying to marry a woman like this. She's too argumentative and too annoying. Ain't no man want to stick around long term for this. But again, men will have fun with women like this, but they're not going to marry women like this. And a woman like this that have no job, no formal training, just nothing, just living off of vibes and possibilities.
content, I put a post up last week talking about women who want to be in a long-term relationship, serious relationship, should avoid putting down permanent roots. You have no one to counsel you except you. You are your own best counsel. And I'm sorry, man. You want to be a 26-year-old homeowner and starting a lash business. Due respect, man.
I sell
Stop.
virgin hair extensions. I don't sell lashes.
Whatever
But
you
that's
sell.
just the
Whatever you
start, Kevin. You have to start somewhere.
why don't you have a job?
That doesn't make it any better. Hair care, I mean, like lashes and hair extensions. Come on now. It's all in that same BS realm. Get something that's good that could get you well compensated. Get into a trade. Go to a local adult school and get some sort of specialized certification or something, or go to a local college and get some sort of specialized certification. You don't even need a degree, but go and get some sort of specialized certification. Get to work. Start investing your money and saving your money and move out of your parents' house. Right? That's what you need to do. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry, and you have a great opportunity to socialize with colleagues, socialize with the general public, depending on the type of job you get. There are so many ways, there's so many opportunities, but you're BSing and you're finessing your parents and everyone else around you, but you met someone that you can't really BS and finesse, and he's holding you accountable. And it's bringing a lot to light right now.
I'm in real estate school as well because I work for myself.
Why don't you have, be quiet.
So she's in real estate school right now, and it's the stereotypical vision of, yeah, once I get a real estate license, houses are just supposed to materialize, and I could then flip these homes, right? Because they don't know where they're getting the money from, but I guess some bank somewhere is just going to give them loans for all of the homes in the world. They're going to buy fourplexes, duplexes, all that shit. So they're going to be just buying homes left and right, flipping them, and they're going to be so rich. And they don't realize that the real estate industry is very competitive, and it is very difficult. And over 95+% of real estate license holders don't actively use their real estate licenses. They just don't, because the real estate industry is cutthroat and it's difficult. And you have to really be in it full time, and you have to have a lot of experience. So,
Why? Okay. Well, you do. See, one of the major problems is this generation thinks because they can make money in different ways that is what you learn on the job. You don't have any kind of structured thinking. You don't have any kind of systematic thinking. So just because, no, I'm talking through you at this point, man. This is the problem. I don't because you don't even comprehend what I'm saying. Don't Kevin me. This is what I'm saying. They don't even. You can't sit down and what have you completed since high school? Boom! Nothing.
Wait,
not a goddamn thing.
I'm growing.
You have not completed it. You got a high school diploma in the last.
Growing at 26? What is she growing into? What is she expecting? Is something is it just supposed to happen?
After you completed was something that was compulsory. After that, you just stop. Flutter. You have nothing. You have, ma'am, if you are not going to be a wife, which you're definitely not, as an adult, as an adult.
And she just thinks it's funny, but 4 years from now, it's not going to be funny. 9 years from now, it's definitely not going to be funny. Beyond that, she's in a world of hurt. 14 years from now, and that time is going to go by so freaking fast. And she's already in for it right now. She has another few years to really get her act right and get on the right path. Otherwise, it's nothing but downhill from there.
You are going to have to be able to take care of yourself for the rest of your life. Life is not a joke. It is not a game. And I am tired of seeing our black women walk through life like it's a goddamn game.
And that's a major point. I'm going to pause it right here. I believe there's another part to this video. I'm going to leave the full link in this video's description so you all can look at it. And I'll also add the timeline so that you can just skip over and watch it. But this is quite fascinating, and this paints a big picture with what a lot of men have to deal with these days. But be sure to like this video, get that YouTube algorithm up, because videos like this need to be brought to light. Women like this need to be brought to light because this is what a lot of men have to deal with. And these are the type of women men have to choose from here in the United States. And it's quite sad and unfortunate. But until the next time, peace.